Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel, and today I'm here with another makeup book review, and today we are reviewing Sea Witch by Sarah Hennings. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, I do book reviews a little differently. My book reviews are not structured. I am changing that though, and my book reviews I've decided to do with makeup so that I have something to do with my hands while I talk about the book. I pretty much wing it. These are all just my opinions. I am nobody's professional. I'm also nobody's professional makeup artist. So what you're about to witness is how I do my makeup. I'm not telling you this is how you should do it. Yes, this is a full face, but this is also YouTube, so let's just be real. And oh, I should tell you that the inspiration from this look, and I don't know, like on camera it's coming up really blue, but I actually used greens. So I'm a little confused as to why it's coming up really blue, but hopefully I can insert pictures right now so you can see that it's actually green. But I was inspired by the cover. She has purple eyes. I love the green of this cover, and then to pay an homage to a specific character, Anameta, I added pink because she wears a lot of pink in this book, and the descriptions of the dresses are so profound that I really wanted to bring in the pinks that she wore and the purples that Evie, the main character, wore. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get on with this review tutorial. Okay, so this is the eye look. I had to test it out first because basically, okay, so I'm just going to show the cover. So the cover is really gorgeous, and it has a lot of teal greens in it, but she has purple eyes. And for this look, I am paying homage to the cover, as well as the fact that one of the characters in the book, she wears a lot of pinks. So I wanted to incorporate that. And then, of course, Ursula. So I need to make sure that I had purple somewhere in there as well. So, without further ado, let's just get started. I will say it again, this is definitely going to be spoiler filled because I feel like it's the only way that I can truly talk about it for everybody to understand what I'm trying to say is by giving spoilers. And this is my mirror for anybody who has questions. So, yeah, first of all, I primed my eyes already. Well, I primed this eye. So we're going to prime my eye while we talk about this. So basically, this book is supposed to be a retelling or a prequel to the story of the Sea Witch in Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid, which to most of us in our generation would basically be Ursula. And if you go into it looking at it as a retelling, it won't make sense. But if you go into it looking at it like a prequel or like the story of how she became who she was, then it's a much better story. So the story is about a girl named Evie, and we're gonna pause because first we're gonna take regular eyeshadow brush. We're gonna go in with the Zulu palette, and we're going to go to the purple. There's no names on this, so we're just going into the purple, and we're gonna put that all here, just back and forth, packing as much color on as possible. I did mess that up, but we'll cover it up with the pink. So the story is set where it is a young girl. Her name is Evie. She's a witch. Her best friend is a prince. His name is Nick. He has a cousin that Evie has a crush on named Ego. I always forget his name. I just refer to him as the cousin. And when they were younger, they lost their other best friend, Anna, to the sea. They were racing out to swim to one of the sandbanks, and unfortunately the tide took her under. So they've just been living their lives, minding their business for the next couple of years. On the prince's 16th birthday, they were having his party out on a ship, which sounds very Little Mermaid-esque, by the way. And he ends up going overboard, and Evie sees somebody save him. And she's not really sure who she sees because she thinks she sees Anna. Anna is the name of the girl who died. So a couple days later, a girl who looks like Anna pops back up on the scene, and she is basically just on land all of a sudden. Very freaky, by the way. She pops up on land, and she introduces herself to Evie, And Evie at first thinks that she's a witch, but it's later revealed that she's actually a mermaid. And in order for her to stay on land, she has to have true love's first kiss. Again, Little Mermaid. So that's where the story really starts off. So the next color, we're going to go into the Festival palette. Y'all know these are my palettes. And we're going to go right into this Erie G. And I'm going to put that right above the purple. Okay, so let's see. Oh, spoiler. So basically what really is that the mermaid that they think is Anna, who her name is Anna Meta, turns out that she is actually Anna who died, and the mermaids saved her by turning her into a mermaid, and they tried their hardest to keep her past like a secret from her. And it turns out that she figured out who she was on the night of Nick's birthday, because when she saw Evie, all her memories came back to her, and she immediately wanted revenge. So yeah, like it went from 0 to 100 so quick. And the problem is that it went from 0 to 100. Don't worry, everything's getting blended out in a second. But it went to 0 to 100 in like the last like 3 or 4 chapters. And I kind of have a problem with that. The story itself is very slow. It takes forever. We're going to blend it back out with the purple from the Zulu palette. But the story, it's beautiful. And as far as building the place for where the story takes place, it's beautifully written, beautifully done. But I mean, I heard so many descriptions about the sea, and this is so beautiful, and that is so beautiful, and blah, 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 that I just didn't care. I was like, well, at one point, because the story had been gone, the story drew, the book itself is 300 pages, 348 pages. It didn't get good until about 248 pages in. So most of the story was kind of just drawn out, like, Evie liked the prince's cousin, and you know, he was sneaking off getting kisses with her, and she was conflicted because she really felt like she thought that Anna Meta really reminded her of Anna, but she didn't want to accept that. And like, Anna Meta worked so hard to say that she wasn't Anna, and all the while Evie's aunt was like, girl, something ain't right about her. And my whole thing with that is, it's like, it's always the old people that'll be like, no. The young people are like, I can do it. I can handle it. Awesome, awesome. You're just like, no, girl. No, you can't. So we're going to go into the Nubian 2 with a crease brush. And I'm going to go into Kenya, which is this dark purple. And we're going to put that, wrong eye. I'm going to put that in the outer part of my eye. You're going to bring it out towards the purple a little bit. But yes, so let's see. What did I like? For me, when they retell stories like this, I like kind of feeling sorry for the person that's supposed to be the villain. Even though you kind of already, you know the ending of the story, I'm always intrigued to see how they're going to actually bring it in. And I felt like Evie wasn't evil enough, nor did she have enough to become evil. For example, in Heartless, she went evil and lost her heart after so much crap happened to her at once, and she just basically flipped. But like with Evie, she ends up saving the day. So it's like, yeah, she did end up with tentacles, which we'll get to in a second, but she ended up saving the day. And therefore, like, even at the end of the book, she never really had like a hard heart or anything. She just couldn't go back on land. So it was just, I don't know. To me, I kind of felt like, I felt that the ending fell flat in terms of that, just because I feel like she didn't have enough to go evil. And in fact, in the book, she didn't go evil. Okay, so we're back into the festival, and we're going to go into Abba, which is this aqua green color with a flat eyeshadow brush. And we're going to put that on the lid all the way to the middle of the eye. But yeah, so like I was saying, did Anna Meta, I felt like they spent, or feel like she explained Anna Meta's revenge so much better than she explained Evie. Like, I feel like I understood Anna Meta. I felt like she had a purpose. You knew that she felt like her life was cheated. She had done all this research to figure out how the first witch that was on land was saved, how she became a mermaid, how she became a human again. You know, she did all this work, committed all these, she killed Evie's dad, all types of crazy. But I understood her. I felt like she was a real person. I never got a chance to truly understand Evie because Evie was always so concerned about everybody else. Everything that was said about Evie was in relationship to someone else. So it was always Evie felt warmth when she looked at her friend Nick, or she was loving when she looked at the prince's cousin. She was understanding and loyal because she, like, how she talked to Anna. It was never like Evie is a powerful witch. It was never like she never it's hard to explain. I don't think that I really understood who she was. I feel like everybody else's story wasn't boring, but hers was. If that makes any sense. I have Juvia's palettes everywhere, so we're going to go on with the Masquerade, and haven't used this one in a minute. We're going to go on with Makeda, which is this purple one. And that is going to go on the outside. But yes, I'm sure you guys are all wondering, how did she become Ursula? I was very unimpressed with the reveal of how she got her legs. She basically, okay, so Anna successfully pulls off her plan. She actually ended up killing the king and the prince. And while the prince's life was draining from him, Evie came through with some magic of her own, and she also drowned Anna. So when Anna finally got her chance to not be a mermaid, she drowned in the water, which is like the most ironic death I could possibly come up with. But this whole time there had been this giant octopus in the lagoon where Evie's little cove was, where she practiced her little magic in secret. And that octopus fused with her, basically. And that's how she got her legs, or her tentacles. And then she was really close to land when she was done. And according to the little book, she didn't actually like divulge herself deep into the sea. She stayed around. She stayed around. She what was it? She stayed around. She met old dude. It was just really too much. Where's my other brush? Is that it? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go back into, I'm still in Masquerade, and I'm going to go into Mally, which is this green. And I'm going to put that in the middle and work my way back over the teal. I need my green to stand out more, so just making a couple adjustments while we talk. Okay, so I'm just going to put a highlight on my eyebrow and bringing everything down. And of course it's my NYX Blame It On Midnight. But okay, so I'm trying to think of the nicest way. I don't think that Sea Witch was bad. I mean, I was looking forward to it. It was one of my anticipated book releases of this year. I wasn't left completely disappointed. It was just that I felt like the story itself, like the idea of the mermaid getting revenge, is ironic because we all know what happens in Hans Christian Andersen's story. But I feel like Ursula, or I'm sorry, I feel like Evie's evil beginnings wasn't evil enough, if that makes any sense. I'm going back into the Festival palette, back into Abba, and putting another clean beauty over that. And then I'm going to go in with the brush of the purple and just blend it out that way. Okay, now I'm going to clean up, going back into the Zulu, back into that purple. Now basically I'm just blending because it's a lot of sharp colors and everything is really cute unless you don't blend. Back into the festival palette, into the pink, the Eerie G. And that is going. So I am done with my eyes and we are going to just, I will say I'm going to be using my House of Lashes lashes. I'm going to be using these bad boys. I forgot what the name of that one is, but that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to just do the rest of my makeup and then I will try to bring all of my thoughts together because I also need to refer to my notes to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So without further ado, let's just start the fast pace. Bruh. Alright guys, so this is the final look of today. As usual, I am still rocking my Bad Girl Game Changer, but I just want to do some wrap-ups about the book. As a whole, I like the book. Some pros were I felt like Sarah really did a really good job of describing the land. I felt like I could really see the world that they were living in. Two, I felt like she did a lot of research about the time frame that this book was supposed to take place. She really built this fishing community out of nothing for me. I got a really good visual of everybody. I would have liked to understand Evie more. Like I said, I felt like the only thing we knew about her was she was Nick and Anna's friend. She had a crush on Nick's cousin. She was a witch. And the most important part to me was the fact that she was a witch. And they didn't give me Evie enough for me to feel bad for Evie. And I didn't feel anything for Evie. I felt bad for Nick and Anna, to be totally honest. Like, Nick lost a lot and was really going through some things. So I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Was not like, oh my God, this is amazing. Am I disappointed in this book on the fact that it was one of my anticipated reads? Yes. I've read a couple retellings lately. I personally believe that Heartless was a better prequel than Sea Witch. And I will say that the one thing that Sea Witch has made me do, I want to go back and read the Hans Christian Andersen version of Little Mermaid again and see if maybe rereading it and then thinking about Sea Witch again, will I have the same opinions about this book? I don't know. I was expecting a lot more out of this. If you guys can tell, I've been talking about this book for a while. So I was a little disappointed, but I am still cool with it. I still think the cover is gorgeous. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think. For me, this book was difficult to review, but at the same time, I know I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I know I didn't talk about it much, and it probably wasn't that clear. I'm changing the format of how I do these videos because I want to have a format. So from now on, I'm just going to have like a piece of paper hanging from my film screen with notes. That way, I can make sure that I don't miss anything and I can actually give you guys a better review. Again, thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. Check the blog. Their list of the makeup that I used, of course, is down below. Of course, I will leave all the information about this book. And until the next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.